Jai Shri Krishna, the story of Sri Krishnadas Meghan, a Kshatriya from Soron. Krishna's beloved Radhaji had many friends. Vishakaji was Radha's closest friend. She was like Radha's shadow, following her everywhere and doing everything that Radhaji would ask her to do. Radhaji was known as Swaminiji. Sri Vallabhacharya-ji, lovingly called Sri Mahaprabhuji, was the manifestation of Swaminiji. His devoted disciple, Sri Krishnadas Meghan, was the manifestation of Vishakaji. Krishnadasji followed his guru Sri Mahaprabhuji to serve him. He even accompanied Sri Vallabh when he went on a pilgrimage of the holy places of India 3 times. On the first pilgrimage, they went to Badrinath of the Himalayas and found 2 mountains named Kirani and Farali. As they were climbing the mountain, a large boulder happened to dislodge and roll towards them. Krishnadasji, being a very strong man, stopped the boulder with his bare hands to protect Sri Vallabh and the group. Sri Mahaprabhuji was much pleased with Krishnadasji and granted him 3 boons. Krishnadasji requested 3 things. First, he wished that the devotional principles of Sri Mahaprabhuji's path of grace be perfectly and permanently established in his heart. Secondly, he wished that his speech be always pure and not judgmental of others. And lastly, he wished for Sri Mahaprabhuji to visit his previous guru and make him his own disciple. Sri Mahaprabhuji granted him the first 2 boons, but held back on the third. Then they traveled further towards the cave where the great sage Sri Vedvyasji lived. Sri Mahaprabhuji asked Krishnadasji to wait outside as he wished to have a private audience with Vedvyasji. Sri Mahaprabhuji took 3 days to talk about the full meaning of 1 verse from the Yugal Gita. On the 3rd day, when Sri Mahaprabhuji came out of his cave, he saw Krishnadasji standing in the same place. He had left them 3 days earlier. Sri Mahaprabhuji asked him why he had not left. Krishnadasji replied, "I was following your instructions, my guru. How can I leave the refuge that your pious feet offers to me?" Once, at the sacred Ganga Sagar, where the Ganga River meets the ocean, Krishnadasji was massaging Sri Mahaprabhuji's tired feet after he had traveled barefoot the entire day. Sri Mahaprabhuji suddenly had an urge of having puffed rice. Krishnadasji read Sri Mahaprabhuji's mind. Once Sri Vallabh was fast asleep, Krishnadasji came to the River Ganga to cross it in a boat to fetch puffed rice from the village across the river. He could not find a single boat at night. Only to fulfill his guru's unexpressed wish, Krishnadasji swam across the river overflowing with flood waters. Once he reached the other side, he woke up a farmer and purchased the freshly cut rice, on paying double the price. Then, Krishnadasji went to the roaster and got the rice roasted by paying double the charge. Upon returning to Sri Mahaprabhuji, he kept puffed rice in front of him and then resumed to massage his beloved guru's pious feet. Soon, Sri Mahaprabhuji woke up and saw Krishnadasji Meghan had brought freshly puffed rice. He asked Krishnadasji about it. Krishnadasji told him the entire story. Krishnadasji was one of Mahaprabhuji's closest devotees. He followed him, protected him, and took care of his every need. That was his sole purpose in life. Let us pay our respect to a devoted Vaishnav like Krishnadasji Meghan. Jai Shri Krishna.